Keir Starmer gets stunned as his own MPs prepare to defy him. The Prime Minister thought his biggest battles would come from across the aisle, but now it's his own party turning on him. While he jets off to the G7 summit, a political revolt is brewing back home. Over 150 Labour MPs are preparing to break ranks in what could be the most explosive challenge to his leadership yet. At the centre of it all lies a brutal £5 billion plan that has sparked outrage across the country. Starmer has just walked into one of the biggest internal battles of his leadership, and it's coming not from the opposition but from his own MPs. More than 150 Labour MPs are now preparing to defy him over plans spearheaded by Chancellor Rachel Reeves to slash the welfare budget by a staggering £5 billion annually. At the heart of the controversy is a proposal to reform personal independence payments, better known as PIP. This benefit supports people with long-term health conditions or disabilities. The backlash has reached fever pitch while Starmer attends the G7 summit in Canada, but the political firestorm rages at home. Despite the Prime Minister's repeated insistence that the system isn't working for those who need support or for taxpayers, his party isn't buying the messaging. Behind closed doors, a private letter has been signed by over 150 Labour MPs, many of them backbenchers, voicing deep concern over the proposed cuts. Some believe the reforms go too far too fast. Others see them as a betrayal of the party's promise to protect the most vulnerable. Either way, it's a clear sign that a full-blown rebellion could be brewing within Labour's own ranks. Yet Starmer hasn't blinked. Speaking from the G7 summit, he remained defiant. "We've got to reform the welfare system. Everybody agrees with that proposition," he said. "It doesn't work for those that need support and help into work, and it doesn't work for the taxpayer." He stressed that the principle remains: those who can work should work, but those who can't must still be properly supported and protected. He also promised that those permanently unable to work won't be forced to endure endless reassessments, which many campaigners say are both stressful and dehumanizing. Still, Starmer made it clear there would be no backing down. "We've got to get the reforms through. I've been clear about that from start to finish," he stated. "Everybody agrees it needs reform, and that is what we intend to do, but that's where the unity ends." Inside Labour, there's growing unease not just over the cuts themselves but the political risks they carry. With the general election expected in the not-so-distant future, many MPs fear that targeting disability benefits could reignite memories of austerity-era policies under the Conservatives, something Labour has spent years distancing itself from. If you're finding this political drama as shocking as we are, make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest developments. The scale of the proposed savings is no small matter. Reeves used the £5 billion in projected welfare cuts to rebuild fiscal headroom in her spring statement, a move that allowed her to claim she was still meeting her own strict financial rules. Without those cuts, she'd be on shaky ground, possibly even breaking the fiscal discipline she set out just 5 months ago. Despite already reversing course on proposed cuts to the winter fuel allowance, Reeves is standing firm on the rest of the package. "We are the only developed country where the number of people in the labour market is lower than it was before COVID," she said. "The number of economically inactive people of working age is rising. That has to change." Her critics, however, are divided. Some argue that the cuts don't go far enough, that without deeper reform the welfare bill will continue to spiral. Others argue the opposite, that targeting vulnerable groups during a cost-of-living crisis is politically tone-deaf and morally indefensible. Either way, the cracks inside the Labour Party are starting to show, and fast. A crucial vote on the reforms is expected before Parliament breaks for summer recess next month. That gives Labour MPs just a few weeks to decide whether they'll toe the party line or publicly defy their leader. For Starmer, it's a political gamble that could cost him the unity he's worked so hard to build. For millions relying on support like PIP, the stakes couldn't be higher. In other news, Britain's top spy will be a woman for the first time in MI6's 116-year history. Keir Starmer has announced that Blair Metcalfe has been unveiled as the new chief of MI6, becoming the first woman to hold the post since the organization was founded in 1909. The appointment will draw comparisons with the fictional head of Britain's spying agency imagined by Ian Fleming in his James Bond books, commonly referred to as C. Metcalfe will have operational responsibility for MI6 and is the only publicly named member of the organization. She reports to Foreign Secretary David Lammy. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the historic appointment comes at a time when the work of our intelligence services has never been more vital. The United Kingdom is facing threats on an unprecedented scale, be it aggressors who send their spy ships to our waters or hackers whose sophisticated cyber plots seek to disrupt our public services. Metcalfe is currently Director General responsible for technology and innovation in MI6 and has previously held director-level roles in both MI6 and MI5. She will succeed Sir Richard Moore, who leaves the service in autumn. What are your thoughts on today's political developments? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more British political content.